Yo, what's up? This is lesson 3.1, lines and angles. So what we have here is we have one line that's going to be referred to as the transversal. And this transversal is going to be intersecting two other lines. We're just going to call those lines. So the transversal is going to intersect, it's going to cut through two other lines. We're going to talk about vocab first, and then we're going to start talking about some special angles that are formed by all of this. So first word you need to know is transversal. Cool. The next thing you need to know is that between those two lines that the transversal cuts is the interior. So this whole area is called the interior. And guess what? That means that this is all the exterior. Exterior. Should make a lot of sense. The interior is on the inside of those two lines, and the exterior is outside of those two lines. Cool, so no big deal there. The next word that we need to learn, because it's going to get used a lot, is alternate. The word alternate, I guess I should spell it right, means opposite sides. So if I'm talking about alternate, I would say like, hey, this guy and this guy are on alternate sides of the transversal. So alternate means opposite sides. I guess I should be specific and say of the transversal. And the opposite of that would be, what color should I use? We'll go with orange, looks like a good color. Would be same side or consecutive. So consecutive, alternate means opposite sides of the transversal. Consecutive means same sides of the transversal. Same side. So that would be like, hey, I got this angle right here, and I got this angle right here. Well, those would be same side angles or consecutive angles. So we're going to use this vocab to come up with all of our special angle pairs formed by those, that transversal intersecting those two lines. So cool, so here we go. All right, first thing to realize is that we have our transversal. So I know it doesn't say this on here, but let's label our transversal first. What's the name of your transversal? Well, the line that intersects the other two lines would be line L. He's the transversal. This guy right here is my transversal. So no big deal there. Here are our angle pairs that we're going to have to learn about. And we're going to use the vocab that we just talked about on the previous page. So let's do it. All right. Corresponding angles. That's kind of a different one. That's kind of like the king of all the angles here. Corresponding angles are the angles that are in similar places in a different group. So our definition here will be angles in similar position in a different group. And looking over here at our example, we could say that maybe angle 1, since he's kind of in the top left of his group, he would correspond with angle 5, who's kind of in the top left of his group of angles. So for our example, angle 1 and angle 5 are in the same positions, but in a different group. They're sitting on a different line there. So corresponding angles would be angle 1 and angle 5. Alrighty, up next, you know what? Let's find another pair. Let's find another set of corresponding angles. So let's start with angle 3. If I asked you who 3 corresponded with, well, since 3 is in the bottom right of his set, who's in the bottom right of the other set? And you probably guessed that it's angle 8. Those would be corresponding angles. Angle 1 and angle 8. Nice, and you can probably name a couple more. There's 2 more sets of corresponding angles there. All right. Up next are alternate exteriors. So let's think about what those words mean. We just learned them on the last slide. Alternate means opposite sides of the transversal. Exterior means they're not within those 2 lines. So if I started, well, I should write that down. So we said that it means exterior angles on opposite sides of the transversal. And let's figure that out. So I need an exterior angle. Let's start with angle 1. And I need somebody that's also exterior and on the opposite side of the transversal. I'm not going to pick 2 because that's a linear pair. So I need another one that's on the opposite side of the transversal and on the exterior as well. I can look at angle 8 over here. Angle 1 and angle 8. Angle 1 and angle 8 are both exterior, and they're on opposite sides of the transversal. So they would make alternate exteriors. Can you pick out another pair of alternate exteriors? All right, maybe angle 2. And opposite sides of the transversal and exterior. Angle 7 would be its alternate exterior. All right. Up next, alternate interiors. So kind of similar. They're interior angles. And they are still on opposite sides. On opposite sides. Let's use a different color. How about purple? All right, so I'm looking at interior angles. Maybe angle 4. Okay. Angle 4. And I'm looking for an angle to be on the opposite sides of the transversal and still interior. I can't say 3 because that's a linear pair. But I could say 6. Angle 4 and angle 6 are on opposite sides of the transversal and they're both interior. So angle 4 and angle 6. Are there any others? Maybe angle 3 is an interior angle. So on the opposite and on the inside would be angle 5. So angle 3 and angle 5 would be another set of alternate interiors. All right, cool. Up next, same side interiors. That's super self-explanatory. Like, I feel weird trying to write a definition for that. Let's just do it. Let's go with blue. Same side interiors. So we're talking about interior angles. All right, let's go back to angle 4. He's interior. We know that. And this time I want to be on the same side of the transversal. So another interior that's on the same side would be 5. So angle 4 and angle 5. Noise. Okay. I have another set also. Maybe I picked angle 3. And on the same side interior there, so same side would be angle 6. Sweet. And then same side exteriors, kind of same thing, but on the exterior now. Let's go with, maybe start with angle 1. And who is, let's see, same side, exterior would be 7. Same side of the transversal, still on the outside. I think I have another pair. Maybe angle 2. That's an exterior angle. And who's on the same side as angle 2 and still an exterior angle? How about 8? 2 and 8. Both on the same side, both exterior. And then I still got vertical angles and